name's Andy York. We're going to be taking a look at the LifeColor weathering sets. In this case, the Rail Weathering set. These are a pre-packaged set of matte acrylic paints from LifeColor. In this box set, frame dirt, which is dirty brown. We've got track dirt, which is a little bit more reddy brown in colour, sleeper grime, roof dirt, weathered black, there are a lot of shades of black, and also a little rusty, brake dusty colour. 6 22mm pots, which are in plastic clear containers so that you can clearly see what colours are actually inside the pot. So in this quick project, we're actually going to be using some of these paints to weather a private owner coal wagon. The first thing that we've undertaken with this project is, through the use of a fiberglass brush, is to scratch back most of the vivid lettering that was on there, because we're going to be recreating something as it's been in service for a number of years. So we've removed whole planks worth of carefully sign-written colourful content, so most of the lettering has actually been taken back, but you'll see in a few spots that have actually taken whole planks of the wagon and removed all trace of the lettering with the fiberglass brush that scratches that away. The next stage, that we're going to colour those planks so that it's replacement wooden planks. So the first colour that we're going to use is the sleeper grime colour, which is probably something akin to wood that's been replaced several months to a year beforehand. So we're just going to take a small amount and then to carefully work that onto the relevant plank. So all that we're actually doing with that is changing it from a dirty black through to a dirty brown. Okay, so now the weathered woodwork has dried on the wagon. The next stage that we're going to go on to is using the LifeColor acrylics through an airbrush to show you how that works. So the first noisy thing I've got to do is to turn our little portable spray booth on, which makes a bit of a noise. So now we've got our airbrush set up and loaded with some of the weathered black shade. One of the first things that I'm going to do is to actually start applying some of the paint onto the wheels. Any of the visible areas of the plastic underframe that we're going to start actually bringing some of the weathered black onto, which takes away any of that plasticky finish. So whilst I'm here with the black, moving away from the wagon a little bit, I'm just going to tone down gently the vivid colouring of the lettering. Moving back to our part weathered side of the wagon. Distant application of the weathered black finish really does tone that down very, very subtly. So we're going to set that to one side just to dry off a little before moving on to the next stage, which will be bringing in some of the track and frame dirt. Okay, so the next stage that we're going to bring in a little bit more of a reddy brown track dirt colour onto the underframe of the wagon, so that it more akin to the dirt that it would actually be picking up, sort of like bouncing back up off the track. But the important thing about dirt that's come up from the track is to keep spraying actually from beneath, because that's the direction that it would have all come. So it's not a case of then spraying downwards onto the item, keep spraying upwards. So as I say, very subtle colouring change, but it is there. And that's one of the nice things about these sets, that you've got a set of shades put together that work together well. So the next stage that we're going to move on to is to some more environmental and in-service dirty weathering colour. So the colour that we're going to use for that is the frame dirt, dirty brown. It is worth mentioning that for using these LifeColor acrylics through an airbrush, that you'll need to be thinning them down. I go for something towards the consistency of sort of semi-skim milk, something quite watery, which probably means sort of like dropping down the mixture by probably 40 to 50% of thinners. So there is subtlety of tones brought into something which is just mucky, dirty and well used. So there we have it. Using the LifeColor Rail Weathering set, we've just actually used 3 or 4 of the colours out of the set to bring a bit of lived-in colouring to a private owner wagon, and that's without having treated the lettering. So that might be general bit of road dirt and service work for a few months after the signwriter first got going with it. But then the other side of the wagon represents something quite a bit more of a lived-in life that it's received over the last few years. So just to say that the LifeColor Rail Weathering set does bring together a decent set of shades that can be useful in achieving some meaningful weathering projects.